Here are some P's. I love alliteration. And there was a bunch of them that this particular company called Insight Out, which is what Chuck and his partner have developed as their coaching company. I loved it. So I'm going to run them off fast. You'll have to listen back to go through them. I'm not going to talk about each one, but providence and prophecy led to the paradigm shift, led to partnership, led to purpose, led to provision, led to preparation, led to perseverance, led to promise, which led to presence, which led to proof of concept, which led to the prosperous pathway. I love it. And I loved listening to this particular man. He was incredible, share his experience and that development and what they're doing for people inside of organizations, 8, 9, 10-figure organizations. They're coming and they're changing them for the better. They're turning them into an ecclesia. And sometimes it's through the plain glass. They don't even know it. And so what beautiful experiences and expressions for the people who are implanted inside of them, for those companies to recognize, or those individuals to recognize inside of their companies that they have that victory mentality and they can actually show up to work in this amazing way. All right, I'm closing in here. There are 2 more that I want to share. I think it's 2. Gosh, I have so many notes. 3 more. Okay, I'm going to do it. All right, the next one is this idea of stewarding our trials. So stewardship is a huge conversation and a total critical need for all of us. But oftentimes when we think of stewardship, we're thinking of treasures. We're thinking of money, perhaps. We're thinking of our talents, which is the parable of the 5 talents. They talk a ton about stewardship, obviously. We can talk about stewarding our time well. I mentioned in my last episode about this particular event, stewarding my health, right? But what about stewarding our trials? What was shared out of stewarding our trials was this incredible woman who had gone through a trial of having her son incarcerated. And while she walked that out, God revealed to her the empathetic lens and need and compassion for all of the other families and people who are walking through the same thing. She now started a business tree. She hosts retreats. She has multiple books and resources for families, specifically mamas of incarcerated children. How did you steward your trial? I know my trials were stewarded and are stewarded consistently, usually through things like this podcast in a magnitude of a way. Every initiative that I have going on in my life right now has been stewarded out of my depravity season, out of that season of crash and burn, my quarter life crisis, if you will. And I would not be the woman that I am today. And so this is where I know the Lord is sovereign. I know that his plans for me are to prosper me and not to harm me. I know that he is going to work all things together for my good. And I know that because it's evidence